Hey, yo, what it do? And welcome back to the PIEA, powered by the Esports Company. And if it's your first time through, I'm your boy Q. And since we're coming down the home stretch of the 2024-2025 season and state championships are right around the corner, we've decided to sit down and chat with some of our program directors, our coaches, a little Q&A here at the PIEA. And today, I'm excited to sit down with Mr. Carlisle from Penn Trafford, the chief of esports. I got to say, I love that. We need more schools to incorporate their mascots in. But how you doing today, Mr. Carlisle?
I'm doing awesome, man. Thank you for having me. This is a really cool opportunity to get here. And yeah, I'm super excited for this week and the championships.
So how long have you been the chief of esports there at Penn Trafford, and how did you find yourself into that position?
So ironically, 2020 is when we kicked off our esports program here. Is kind of weird, but COVID actually kind of like helped kickstart it because people were able to see how big esports was. Because that was really the only thing going on. So since 2020, we actually had a class in our high school called the Evolution of Games course, which was eventually like a board gaming course. And I was teaching it, and I went down to my boss. I was like, "Hey, man, like any chance I could bring like a gaming PC in and like teach them how to build a computer and maybe play a little bit of them?" So he's like, "Absolutely, do what you need to do."
I love it. So what kind of games do you normally find yourself playing?
League of Legends. And now I'm in between Valorant and this game called Teamfight Tactics, TFT.
So I know that this year you guys walked away with conference titles in 3 of the 4 titles that we have here over at PIEA: Rocket League, Valorant, Super Smash Brothers as well. Did you anticipate seeing this level of success going into the year, or what was that like kind of going along through the semester?
Not at all, to be completely honest with you. We took home the Division 2 Rocket League twice this year with 2 different teams actually. And then not Overwatch, Valorant Division 2. And then Smash Division 1, which Smash kind of, I told them, they kind of out of nowhere. Like, I did not expect them, but like our captain, Lime, did such a great job at organizing the team and getting the seats figured out. So, I mean, it was just a total team effort.
I love it. I love it. So this has been your most successful year, sure, but Penn Trafford is one of those schools that I feel like, at least for me, has always had like multiple title contenders come the postseason. What would you say has kind of helped build that winning culture at Penn Trafford?
I just try to engage as much as I can with the teams that I got, and trying to figure out what player not only is the most skilled for the game that we're playing, but what teammates they work best with. I think that's a huge thing. So, like, to give you an example real quick, like Division 2, our gold team won in the fall. And it took a while to realize, like, those 3 players played best together. And in the spring, a totally new Division 2 green team won the championship because they were able to just practice all those weeks together from the fall into the spring. So I'm a really big believer in, like, team chemistry. I think that makes a huge difference. And we try to have as many practices as we can in the esports arena after school throughout the week, just to give them that extra practice as well.
I love to hear that, because I feel like, especially even when you look at esports at like the highest level, sometimes teams just try and compile like the roster of the best players instead of trying to get the vibes right. And it definitely feels like that usually is what gets you the most success, is more of the vibes versus the skills. Obviously, there has to be a good balance between the two, but it's really cool to hear that you guys focus more on that culture and that vibes. Tell me though, what's that kind of schedule looking like for you guys during the week? Because obviously you have multiple teams across pretty well every title that we have. How are you able to kind of make sure that you're spending enough time with each team?
Yeah, so the way I developed the esports lab, we have different like stations in there for like where the teams are. So like in one corner is Valorant, one corner is Rocket League, one corner, Smash. And we try to watch VODs, once or twice a week together with me or alone, like at home on their own. And then we kind of come in either on like match day and talk about the strategy. Sometimes we do try to like spy on the other team that we're playing and pick up one of their moves. But honestly, like we meet 2 days a week inside the arena after school. But the big thing for us is we're lucky enough to have a great admin here who are letting us we have 4 esports classes that take place throughout the school day. So like they get a little extra time, not only like working on their craft, but again, like making that bond a little bit stronger.
What does next year look like for the Warriors? I mean, how many seniors are you guys looking at losing heading into this next year?
So Smash is the one team we're losing a lot of seniors in. Valorant, very young, a lot of freshmen. Rocket League Division 1, no seniors. Valorant, no seniors. And Overwatch is like all seniors. Like both of my teams were seniors this year. So like that's going to be one of our rebuilding spots for next year, 100%. And I like that. I like that opportunity because you get to see the next wave of players that you get to work on. But as far as our strengths go for next year, I'm expecting Rocket League to make some waves again, and Valorant to continue climbing for sure.
I love it. I love it. Now, at some point, sadly, the season does have to come to a close, right? Whether it's later today or at some point at Mount Aloysius, whether that's lifting a title or not. I was kind of curious, Chief, what's like the biggest thing that you hope your students take away from at the end of their time competing for Penn Trafford here in PIEA?
Yeah, it's to be honest, it's not championships, it's not the victories. It's just the moments that you share with each other, and the moments you look back on. Sometimes it is being at the championship and winning one. But like I'll tell you real quick, like the coolest moment I've ever had in my entire career happened like my second year. And this one student goes, his name was PK Dill, one of the coolest Rocket Leaguers we've ever had. He goes, man, Miss Carlisle, I'm just so happy. And he goes, I went, what do you mean by that, Dill? And he's like, it's just so nice to feel part of a team. And like, man, like that gave me chills. And like, you don't realize it. A lot of these esport players, like they don't play traditional sports. They don't get that team environment. And to give these kids this opportunity, thanks to you, thanks to Tech, thanks to PIA, and that is what I hope they take away, is just a good time that they're able to feel part of.
Well, Chief, I wanted to thank you for taking a bit of your time here today. And I also wanted to say that I don't want to speak for everyone here at PI, but I know at least for me, I've always had an absolute pleasure, whether it's interacting with you, your students, whether it be like online or on land in the past. And today getting to chat a little bit with you as far as some Warrior esports as well. So that's really been no difference. So thank you so much for your time, Mr. Carlisle.
Hey, thank you so much. You do an unbelievable job. We're so lucky to have you do all of this for these students. And thank you to everyone at Tech and PIA.
I appreciate you. Well, guys, that's going to do it as far as for now for this episode of Q&A here with the PIEA powered by the Esports Company. And as always, make sure you're keeping an eye out over on social media as well as over on YouTube as we continue bringing you more content than ever before. And we can't wait to see you guys back for next semester. Make sure you keep an eye out to see what we have in store for you for this upcoming school year as well. Big things, baby. Big things. But until we do get to catch y'all back for that next one, man, don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard. All right, y'all, that's Mr. Carlisle. I'm Q. For the rest of the crew from the front to the back, y'all have a great rest of your week. Peace.